Good afternoon. This is Spirit Journey. Today is August 4th, 2017, and it's probably about 3 p.m. And what you see before you are my 4 cacti. I just got it maybe 3 days ago, and this is the vase that I got it in, put it in. I love it. And the colors of the vase matches the cacti that you see here. Well, the reason why I'm sharing you this video of the cacti, well, this cacti represents a neighbor of mine, a neighbor of mine when I was a little girl. She lived to the house on our right, and she was a white woman. She and a handful of remaining whites of that neighborhood in Queens. And why I tell you that, well, my last video that I did was about integration and my thoughts about integration, and that our goal, no matter what your race or ethnicity or demographics, that you have a right to live where you want to live, and you have a right to community. And rather than what group you fall into, that don't have people outside of your group create a neighborhood for you, and to get people with your morals or whatever, how you want to identify with, whether it's by race or, let's say, occupation. Let's say you're an artist, you want to form an artist community, or you're doctors, or maybe you're singers, or whatever what it is, or if it's by religion. You find people like yourself and form a community. So me and my family moved into this neighborhood in 1967 in New York City. And our next door neighbor was a white woman. She was an elderly white woman. And I remember I could have been maybe 8, 9 years old. And she sees that I'm waiting on the porch, and it's winter time and I was freezing. She brought me in her house and gave me milk and cookies. She was very kind. I always remembered that. And for this cacti here, he said, what does that have to do with her? Well, one day, I was trying to grow watermelon seeds, and her driveway had a patch of dirt that belonged to my family, and I had planted some watermelon seeds there, and they were sprouting. And being that it was right on the edge of the property, she accidentally rolled over it. And again, they were just little what do you call, seedlings that are just sprouting. It wasn't like it was a big massive field. And when I saw what happened, I was crying, and my parents must have talked to her. And then she came back and she brought me a cacti like this one, like this reddish one. And I remember on the tag of the cactus, it said like, this is a friendship cactus, something like that. And some other information about how to water it and everything. And I never forgot that. And I'm not sure whether I said thank you to her, but with all this stuff happening around the world and all this division, I would think about her and how good she was as a neighbor, and that even though you may have wicked people who are white, doesn't mean that they're all bad. You have some whites who are extremely loving and kind people. And she was a good neighbor, and a neighbor that everyone should have. And another neighbor, it was a boys' home, and they used to walk through her property. And they did that to us too. They would cut through my and the other next door neighbor's property to get to their house. And they were very, getting very disrespectful. And again, she's getting, older and everything. And she eventually moved out. I think she moved with relatives. But here I was only maybe 9 years old. But I have been thinking about her, and that in my life there have been some really nice people. I was a very, very sensitive child, very timid and everything. And her home was very, an old folks home, she was of British ancestry, I believe. Her last name is Tweet. Very Anglo-Saxon. I remember she had a spinning wheel in her home. The wallpaper, she had wallpaper, very, old-fashioned, and her home was so warm inside, and I was freezing, and I just had comfort, and she never said a bad word. So I was thinking about her and feeling reminiscent, and that I wanted to say sorry for, I felt a little emotional about the little seedlings. And I'm not sure whether I said thank you to her and thank you when she took me inside and gave me milk and cookies, So I got these 4 cacti in memory of her. As you see, there's 3 red ones, like the red one that she personally gave me, and then the yellow one in the center, that represents the sun and warmth and love, and that, so it's like a trinity, and then the sun. And so it's about blessings, and that I'm surrounded by people who love me, So that's why I want to share this. And I guess, there's all types of people. There's good ones and bad ones, but I want to make it clear that not all people are bad, and not all white people are bad. So this is a tribute to my neighbor, Miss Tweet. She'll probably be in her hundreds if she was still alive. So that's how long ago it was. She could have been in her 60s or 70s back then. So I'm sure she's gone now, but I gave prayers to her that she received this little tribute to her, a little memorial to her goodness to me, and may she be well. So I hope you enjoyed this video, and that you guys know where my heart really stands. I know it can get a little erratic out there, but I want to let you know that I want peace in the world for all races, and that we all deserve a safe community to live in. So a tribute to you, Miss Tweet, where you may be right now. Peace, love to you, and peace to the world who watches this video, and be blessed. So take care, guys. Bye-bye.